Hi, everybody. Welcome. I am Kelly, the founder of Collage-Lab, and I'm so excited to be here today with you. Thanks for joining us. And the three wonderful people I have on screen with me today are all founding members of Collage-Lab. And I just thought it'd be great to get them all together and just tell you a little bit about Collage-Lab and about their journeys as collage artists, classes they've taken, things that they've gotten from Collage-Lab, and a little bit about the membership program, which you know is open right now for people to sign up. It's a brand new program, and we're just really excited about that. I'm going to go around and introduce everyone. And you guys, if you want to just tell us where you're at and how you found Collage-Lab. I'm going to start with Leela because she's in my upper right-hand corner. How are you this morning, Leela?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Kelly. Thank you. I'm Leela Goldstein. I'm calling in from Scottsdale, Arizona, and I've had a long experience from the past with collage and always being interested in images. I started collecting postcards when I was very young. And so when I was a little bit older, I started to cut and paste on paper and on cardboard boxes and things like that. And then 40 years went by and I went into, had a career, raised a family, blah, blah, blah. And now that I am on the other side of that, I took up collage again in 2017. And I started looking around for, anybody who could help, give me more technique and more information about, really making this a true, practice. And I came across Kelly on, I believe it was on Google. And I started working with Kelly, I guess it was 2021, about a year after Kelly started Collage-Lab. And I've been a member or an acolyte ever since. I've been learning a lot and look forward to sharing my story further.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I'm so happy you're here. So happy you found me when you did and stuck around. Leah is here today. She found me and stuck around like glue. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got here, Leah?
Hi, everybody. I'm Leah Peterson. I live in central Vermont. In early 2020, right before the pandemic started, I had taken an not online course, an in-person course on collage, just a one-time workshop, and I got pretty interested in it. But then, of course, COVID happened, and that was the end of in-person courses. So I went online looking for some more inspiration. And actually, the first thing I found was the Scrap Exchange, and that sounded like fun. So, that was sort of my gateway. There was the Scrap Exchange, and then Trovember, and started courses right away after that. So my first course was the 2021 Vision Board course. And I think I've taken almost every course since then.
I think you have. Because you are a regular fixture when I log in to have a Zoom class. Tony, how are you today? And tell us how you got to Collage-Lab.
I'm from Montreal. Well, I live actually 90 minutes outside of Montreal in Quebec in Canada. And my journey is a little different. Often when you meet artists, they say, oh, yeah, as a kid, I did this and I did that. Nada, zero for me. I had no talent, no artistic desire at all. And then we fast forward 50 years and my daughter, my little daughter, who's 6'7" at the time, wanted to take art classes. And she asked me if I would go with her. And I thought, well, why not? Her dad and I had just split up, and I figured if I took her art classes every Sunday, I'd get to spend 3 hours extra with her on the weekends that we weren't together, and it would be a great mom and taught experience. And I fell in love. It was actually oil painting, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with getting my fingers dirty and messy with all the paint. And then after that, it was a slow process to find other classes in my area. And then I discovered all of the kind of not online, but in-person retreats. Some of them don't even exist anymore, but Kelly, you and Create and all of these ones. And I went around the States. And I think the thing was that I was really just looking for something that would help me inform myself as to what my style was going to be and where I was most comfortable. And that turned out to be collage. And then during the pandemic, I was looking, and I bought a book called Collage-Care. And in the back, there's a list of all the people you should know about. And Kelly was one of them. And I haven't been a fixture as long as Leah, but I'm starting to hang out a lot. I don't think I've missed a whole lot in the last little while.
And the rest is history, right? Yeah. The book Tony refers to is called Collage-Care. It's by Lori Canier. You should check it out. Doug and Lori Canier have an art collection exclusively of collage, one of the largest that we know of, held by individuals. And I am honored to have a piece in their collection. So we're all about, we're not just an insulated little group. We are about connecting with the broader collage community as well. But we've got a pretty awesome little community within Collage-Lab, whether it's people that take the live classes together, or whether people that interact in our Facebook group, or come to some of our free events like our play dates, or do like the Trovember Challenge, which is happening right now. What's been the most rewarding aspect of being part of this community? And I'm just going to ask each of you just real quickly one thing that's been important about being in this community in Collage-Lab. Leela?
I have two things, but I'll try to be very brief. One is the thing that really gets me right in my heart is being a part of a group of really talented collage artists, and having them, just working with them, collaborating with them, learning new ideas and things like that with people that I really respect and I've gotten to know over the years, even though I've never met them in person. It feels like I know them really well now, and their styles, and I really just get a lot of personal satisfaction out of that. And then the second thing is just upping my game and being able to learn new techniques and tips and tricks, and sharing my work with other people, and it's just a wonderful community that way, and it's very positive, which I really like. But you can always ask for feedback and get honest feedback, and it's always very helpful. And I'm constantly trying to improve my work, so I find it very helpful. It's kind of like my tribe.
We are your tribe. Leah.
Yeah, similar to Leela's answer, I guess I would just say that for me, it's the longevity of being with the same group of people. Even if we're not in all the same classes all the time, the same people keep coming back, or you see them in the Facebook group or in the different activities, and you get to see somebody's style change, and you get to know what they're working on and what their successes are. And likewise, when you share a piece, you know that they've seen your work before and that they have a sense of where you've come from. And I think that really makes a big difference to have that kind of support of somebody who's seen your work and seen where you're going, and likewise to have it be mutual.
Good answer. Tony, what would you say?
I would say that, first of all, it's the generosity of spirit that there is in this particular group. It's great to say community, but I've been in a lot of communities where there was nowhere near the generosity of spirit in terms of giving and learning and sharing that there is in this group. So I think that's incredibly invaluable. And that leads to growth. That leads to growth as an artist. That leads to personal growth. And so I think that discovering Collage-Lab not only helped me and perhaps all of us grow as an artist, but it's also a safe space. I mean, you post something on Instagram or whatever, and you never know what kind of comments you're going to get. But at Collage-Lab, I know I can post something that I may or may not be happy with, but it's a safe space for me to explore what I could do better. And I think that's an incredible gift.
It is. And it is an amazing, like you guys have said, kind and generous community. They are, I find collage artists, very willing to share and, not keep secrets. Other art forms, it's like, you say, oh, how did you do that? And they're like all secretive about what paint color they chose. And collage artists are the ones that are like, oh, it was, the National Geographic magazine from November 1965, and it's awesome. I think collage artists are like the original collaborators, because we are collaborating with other imagery that other artists have created. And so we've already got that way of dealing with collaboration and respect. And so I find that so much within our community. The other part of it is we all start in different places, and so this is not a group of people that are already here, or already here, whatever level. We're all at different places, and we're all making progress towards our own personal goals, and just trying to get better at what we do. And I see so much progress, so much people getting to where they find a style, they get comfortable with expressing who they are through their work. And like you guys said, you get to know the people in the community, and so you recognize their work and you know where they've come from, so you see their growth, you see their changes, and a lot of that sometimes comes from a particular class. We get our eyes opened when we take classes. I'm a lifelong learner. I would sign up for every single class I could take, just to get that one gem. I'll take a pottery class, even though I am so not 3D. But if I get one gem out of it that I can take into my real life, in my practice, I love it. So speaking about classes, you guys have all been around for a while and taken several classes with Collage-Lab. Tell me about your favorite class that you've taken and why, what you got out of it. And I'll let whoever wants to go first. I won't keep calling names. Okay. Tony. Okay.
I loved the color and composition intensive. I sound like I'm exaggerating, but it changed my life. It changed my life as an artist. I often describe that class as the fact that, Kelly, you taught me to see differently, so that things that were always there, whether they were in my work or in somebody else's work, they were always there. I just didn't see them. And the fact that now I can look at my work and see it differently, look at other people's work and see it differently. I see the problems, I see the solutions. It truly, Leela, you were talking about upping your game. If every one of your classes, Kelly, has helped me up my game one level, this helped me up my game 5, 10 levels. It's incredible. I would go back and take exactly the same class all over again, and know that I would just build on what that class the gift that you already gave me. Extraordinary.
Thank you. And the composition classes are some of our most popular things. We've got 2 coming up next year based on that kind of feedback. Absolutely. And before I let the other 2 answer, I want to make a point of saying something about why I created, one of the reasons I created the membership program. So many people, especially like after color and composition this year, so many people were like, oh, I was going to take that, but I didn't sign up. But when I saw what everybody did in that class, I'm so sorry I missed that. And my idea for the membership program is to include everything. There's this buffet, and you don't have to attend everything, but it's all there. And so you don't have to choose. I know when there are in-person classes here, I have to pick and choose which one I can afford this quarter or this year. And so I can't take them all. And you end up, having that regret that you picked the wrong one. And so I want to alleviate that with offering, all of the intensive classes to everybody in the membership. And they happen live on Zoom, but we've got members all over the world. So time zone doesn't always work out, but you can always watch the replays. You can always interact with us in the Facebook group. You can always get feedback from me via email. So there are lots of ways to access these wherever you are, whenever you need to. So,
right.
Leela, you wanna tell me your favorite?
Yeah, it's hard to say because there are so many. I've taken the Collage Techniques summer camp, which I thought was really helpful. I had an issue, and with layering, and didn't really. Well, I wasn't really able to see how I could, put something on top of something else without kind of ruining it, and being afraid of ruining it, or the background might be too bold, and I would want, I don't want it to argue too much with the foreground. And so the Collage Techniques class really helped me see a lot of the differences between, the different layers, and not just layers, but also color and composition, and just kind of the basics. And I love going back and just, seeing that, any piece of it that I want to, I can come back and look at it again and get refreshed for perhaps a new project, which was great. So, but I also have to give a shout out to Collage Chronicle, but I'll let you explain that.
That'll be another topic of discussion. Leah, what's your favorite? You've probably taken more than anyone in the room here.
I definitely agree that the color and composition were helpful ones for me. Color, because color was something that I was pretty intimidated by from having tried to do some painting and not being very good at it, and very unique in collage, since unless you're painting all your own papers, you're working with found colors, which is a little different. But besides, and those, and I would say too, the technique one, I think really helps if you're feeling stuck, because you can always just sort of say, well, I'm just going to start with this sort of composition. I said technique, I meant composition. And let that be a starting off point. But I think those maybe changed what I was making, but the series course really changed how I was making things, and that was equally valuable. I don't think I've ever since then ever worked on one piece at a time, because I find it's just so much more helpful to work on multiples. And I guess the other class that I want to give a shout out to is the Added Dimension course, which I think really spoke to my playful side, and getting to do some kind of silly and experimental things that I think I want to continue to explore. So it was nice to have the range between sort of the basics, and then getting up all the way to the sort of frivolous things that are fun to experiment with.
Great points, great points. And those are the kinds of things I like to offer. This is not, your MFA program at graduate school in collage, and so it's not all study and it's not all work. We do like to have fun. We like to do silly things. Trovember is a good example of that, and sometimes our play dates and some of the classes are really, a lot more about just having fun. I taught a collage class locally in May for World Collage Day, and I was like, I want this class to be fun. I want it to be sold out. I want it to be super cheap. They don't have to bring anything. And I called it Playing with Paper, and that's all we did. We just did a bunch of fun exercises, one right after another, and everybody got so much out of that. So, the playful part, our materials don't have to be that expensive. So we can rifle through the junk mail and come up with materials for collage and play with them and experiment without, ooh, this was expensive and I can't ruin it. It's got to be perfect. And again, we're reaching people at whatever level they're at. So I love that. I do want to talk a little bit about Collage Chronicle because it's kind of a special thing. And those of you that are looking at the membership or new to the membership, I'm not sure if I'm still live, you guys. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. My face froze on the screen, so I wasn't sure if I was, if I had internet anymore. So anyhow, Collage Chronicles kind of a special deal, and it's a year-long cohort, a group of people that go through the year together, get together once a month or more, and everybody, kind of sets their own path. When I wrote up the description for it the first year I offered it, I was like, it's a choose your own adventure. If you want a daily challenge, if you want a weekly challenge, if you want, just big broad goals, you choose where you are, where you want to go, and we'll help you get there. So it's an accountability group. It has grown into a very close-knit group of people. And anybody's welcome to join us because we're going to go through the year together and become that close-knit group. But we've started doing a lot of really amazing and fun collaborative projects. A week from today, I'm going to get a little plug in here. A week from today, we're going to have a virtual book launch. The Chronicle students from last year and the Chronicle students from this year each produced a collage fairy tale. And we're getting ready to publish 2 books that are so much fun. And I'm not going to say anything else about it, except that's like one of the cool things about Collage Chronicle. And once you see the books, so do sign up and come be the first to see those 2 books. But Leah and Leela are in Chronicle this year. Tell me what you love about it most, Leela.
I guess what I love about Collage Chronicle is that you really do get to know the people, and the idea of collaborating and creating a book. I think is so much fun, and it really shows the different styles of artists. And it also kind of holds me accountable as an artist, setting goals and, having a group of people that I really trust and I really, love their work. Just having that group respond to my work and to kind of know what my goals are and how I want to progress and get better. And it just helps me to kind of keep keep current and keep up to date on my progress with my goals. That's really helpful.
Yeah, the accountability, and it's just, you get to know everybody, you get to see everybody moving towards their goals, and like I said,
Yeah, and
everybody's
hearing everybody's goals too, hearing everybody else's goals and kind of where they're at, and everybody is at a different place in their journey. But it really helps me to hear some of what I can relate to with other people's goals, and kind of helps me formulate my goals as well. So it all, we all kind of help each other get where we want to go.
Yeah, and along
I
those
think,
lines, I think that it's really exciting when you hear somebody get a first, right? Like whether it's their first sale or their first thing in a show, or since you've kind of been rooting for them all along, it's it's just exciting to hear the different developments as they come up. I think for me too, one of the Chronicle activities that I really appreciated, well, we did a few different versions, but was the times when we sent things to the mail to each other, because we're seeing each other's work on the screen all the time. But to get to have something real and tangible that other people worked on to look at in person, it just was a different kind of connection, because, seeing things in person and on the screen is just not quite the same. So we've done the board book passing, and we did one that we finished each other's piece. I don't know if these things have names exactly, but so somewhere we collaborated on a bigger piece and we each did our own piece, and somewhere we worked on each other's pieces. But either way, it was sort of the same thing of getting a physical copy of the artwork.
right. And I think the past couple of years we've also started Chronicle with an artist trading card swap. So you have a little piece of artwork from all of the other people in your cohort. And the reason I bring up Collage Chronicle right now, we're in our membership launch, brand new membership, trying to get some more people added to my big board of Post-it notes. And these are people that are going to get all the things in the membership. Chronicle is separate because Chronicle is that specialized small group cohort. And I believe there are 4 spots left in Chronicle for 2024. It's only available right now, pre-sale to members. And you may want to jump in and grab one of those spots. New in 2024, we always start the year with everybody setting their individual goals, what they want to accomplish that year creatively. But new this year, we're going to after we've done some goal setting, I'm actually going to do a one-on-one coaching with everybody in Chronicle, one at a time, and give you a roadmap how to get from point A to point B throughout the year. And then there will also continue to be these collaborative projects, and there may be some additional, we get together once a month on Zoom. There may be some additional co-working sessions where we just, get together and work together, because this virtual world gets to be a little lonely sometimes. So just hanging out with other people on Zoom while you're collaging or cutting things out of your magazine or even cleaning your studio is something that we can do, as a group, because we know each other and we like hanging out together. I don't want to go real long, but I do want to. Yes, Tony.
I just want to be clear for anybody watching. It's not that I have anything against Collage Chronicle. I signed up last year and was not able to attend, but I signed up for this year. So I don't want anybody thinking I'm sitting here going, oh, I don't like that program. I'm very excited.
I'm sorry. I know the backstory, Tony. So I was like, yeah, we know why Tony's not in Chronicle, but she's going to be in 2024. I have to say, it is one of the programs that I'm the proudest of how it turned out, with it being something that I had no idea how it was going to turn out when I first created it. I've been doing a lot of that the last 3.5 years. I had no idea what Trovember was going to be, right? No idea what a lot of these things, but I keep trying to better myself. That's one of my personal goals. And I rely on student feedback. I rely on student ideas and, helps me generate new ideas and know what you guys are looking for as far as classes, events, opportunities. So that's one thing I've got to say. This membership is not brought to you by a big corporation. Okay. I am still a one person business. I don't even have a VA, so I do everything. If you've got a tech issue and you email me, I'm the one that responds. I'm the one that tries to fix the website because I'm probably the one that broke the website. So, uh, so I do it all, and so the membership program is not like you sign up and you get this huge vault of courses that already exist in the library. Just started this, and so everything new coming forward that's part of the membership, you'll have access to for as long as you stay a member. And I keep adding more things. Right now, if you sign up by tomorrow, you get an early bird bonus. It's a new class workshop that I'm creating, vision board and goal setting. Uh, it's called Collage Your Dreams, and that'll be released at the end of December. Right now, the only way to get it is to sign up for the early bird membership, and existing members, I have gifted that to you as well. So there will be more things added, but I just want to explain that all of these classes, I'm the one designing, teaching, and presenting, and all the back end stuff. So it's not as big as some other huge memberships out there where you're exposed to what I feel is kind of overwhelming. I feel like this membership may become overwhelming at some point, but but for the time being, it's kind of like subscribing to Netflix or Hulu. I want to have enough stuff to keep you interested, and if you've got some time off and you want to binge watch, there's going to be recordings of things or live things that you can participate in, and you won't have that, oh, I wish I'd signed up for that class kind of regret. Um, so if anyone's got, any questions about the memberships, I'm around all the time. Email is the best way to get an answer from me. If you're on our email list, just hit reply to one of those emails. Otherwise, shoot me an email, mycollagelab@gmail.com. Or if you're watching today live, got a few people watching live. If you've got questions and want to put them in the comments, I or the panelists would be happy to answer them. But I just wanted to say that this is not big corporate America. This is one person. This is one person that I'm going to be totally authentic with you guys right this minute. Okay. I had one person sign up Wednesday when I sent out an email to the wait list. I had people sign up if they wanted to know before anybody else. And I had one person sign up on the wait list. And before I even saw her sign up, I hadn't checked the email notification. And she had requested to join the Collage-Lab classroom group. And I did a quickie look to see if she'd ever purchased a class, and she wasn't on that list. And I declined her. And I got the notification that she was a member. And I was like, oh my gosh, what a horrible first impression. So, and Facebook doesn't let you undecline somebody. That was the first thing I was Googling. How do I undo this? So I had to reach out to her. I emailed her and I messaged her and I said, I am so sorry. I didn't recognize your name. I hadn't gotten the notification yet. what a horrible way to start your membership, but I'm only human, right? And she turned around and asked to join the classroom group again, and that time I let her in. Um, so these things happen, right? Um, Anyhow, so if anyone's got any questions in the comments, I see Carla's here and Melissa's here watching on YouTube. If anyone else wants to say hi in the comments or has questions for me or the panel, um, I'm not going to go through the whole list of things that are included in the membership. There's a link in the description here, or you can go to the main page of our website, collagelab.com, and find out all the information about what's included in the membership. And like I said, if you have any questions at all about the membership, about Collage Chronicle, about individual classes, feel free to ask me, let me know. Final thoughts, you guys. Let's see if there's a question that we've totally skipped. I sent them a whole list of questions, and I've only asked them a couple of them, and I know they took a long time preparing their answers. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around the room, and since I didn't ask you all the questions, just feel free to give me the answer to a question. But first, we do have a question in the comments from Carla. I think it would be helpful to explain more explicitly about the differences between Collage Chronicle and membership, as in why do both or how to choose between. Great question, Carla. Great question. So our membership is a recurring monthly thing, like your Netflix subscription or Hulu or any of those streaming services, that sort of thing. And what that does is that gets you access to almost everything that's going on at Collage-Lab. Okay, we've got monthly get-togethers where we've got a monthly challenge called Ignite. We've got a monthly discussion group called Coffee and Collage. Yesterday we discussed the good and bad of artificial intelligence. We've got a monthly get-together where we do projects outside of, but based on the Collage alphabet class. So we're going through a different letter of the alphabet every month with some new projects. And then the membership also includes these intensive classes. The intensive classes are 6-week classes that take place on Zoom. There are 4 of them scheduled for next year. Membership includes, we've just finished up the first Collage coaching week, where I went live every day for 7 days and talked 11 hours without a script. But so the people that signed up just for coaching week have access to that through the end of November. If you sign up as a member, you have access to that training to watch whenever you want to listen to me talk for 11 hours. That'll be something you can access for as long as you're a member. The past 2 years, I've hosted something called Spring Fling, where I bring in other instructors and we do a month-long thing. That will no longer be happening every year because it's like way too much work. That will probably be going to an every other year thing. And in the off years, which 2024 will be, I'll be doing something a little bit shorter and more manageable called Spring Break. But it'll be a whole host of different kinds of classes that will be really fun, but they'll be bite-sized kinds of classes, not the 6-week intensive. So those are all included in your membership. Collage Chronicle is a separate thing, and the reason being that it has to be a small, manageable group. It has to be a small cohort of people that really get to know each other and spend the year together and hold each other accountable and participate in collaborations and things like that. And if I'm doing one-on-one coaching for everybody, I've got to keep it small and manageable. So that is one of the differences. It's a separate thing. Right now, if people sign up for the membership, that's the only way to get into Collage Chronicle right now. I have not put it available for registration. I have just offered it as a pre-sale, pre-register thing to members only, and we've only got 4 spots left. So it probably will sell out to only members before it gets out there to being offered to the public. And that's just, it's something I want to keep small and manageable so that we do get to know each other. That's the
Kelly,
biggest.
can
Yeah.
I add too? So Carla, definitely, if you have the means and you want to, do both. Do both. They're totally different. The membership, you get to learn a lot. You get to get a lot of new techniques and ideas. And then the Chronicle, is like Kelly said, it's the chance to check in with each other, but it's definitely not a class. There's no homework between necessarily. It's a fully an accountability group. So they're very different, but definitely both worthwhile. So
and Carla has joined us for Chronicle, even without knowing what it was. So,
oh, great.
so she's in for a treat. Anybody else have any questions? All right. So quickly around the room, just tell me one fabulous thing that you prepared an answer for that you want to share with the group about Collage-Lab. And I'm going to go with Leah first because she's laughing at me.
Uh-oh, I was quickly reading my notes here. So I guess I would say you asked how has being part of the community influenced our approach to creating collages, and I would say for me it's really changed everything. And it's crazy that it hasn't really been that long. It's been a couple years, but to think back on what I was doing before and what I didn't know that I know now, I think it's changed my identity as my thought of myself as an artist, and it's just really changed everything and how I practice art and how I see myself as an artist.
It has changed everything for Leah. Leah, when I met her, was working in a sketchbook and filling up her sketchbook and had no thoughts of ever hanging, showing, selling anything. And we did a class last year called Make, Show, Sell, where I encouraged people to, just try applying for an exhibit or approaching a coffee shop or a gallery or having an online sale. And the next thing I know, there's a new gallery opening in the next town over from Leah, and she's got her work hanging there. She's doing outdoor events. She's everywhere. She's in shows. She's doing it all, and it has changed the way you approach your making.
And even if you think that's not your goal, I didn't think it was mine either. So you just never know, and it's been incredible for me. So
it has been incredible just watching your growth. And yeah, Carla, I got the idea. Carla said, I did join, but I thought it might help others make decisions. Absolutely. That is one of those things I try to clarify that, it's an add-on thing and this is why, but it's also a really cool thing. And I don't want people to miss out on Chronicle if, like Leah said, if you have the means and because it is such a valuable program. And maybe that will grow too. I don't know. But right now, 90% of my energy goes to the membership and 10% goes to Chronicle. Right. Tony, what would you like to share before we wrap up?
Well, I think it's kind of paraphrasing a couple of questions and putting them together. One of the questions, I believe, was about any advice we might have to someone who's beginning their Collage-Lab journey or how to get the most out of Collage-Lab classes. And so first of all, I would say take as much as you can, take every class that you can, excuse me. And that's also the main reason, amongst others, to join the membership. Because if you tally up, excuse me, if you tally up what you're going to pay for 1 year of membership, let's say in the middle level, that's just over the price of one intensive. Like you can't go wrong by joining the membership and having the 4 intensives included, everything else included, plus perhaps a discount on Collage Chronicle and who knows what else. So jump in with both feet. There's the value for the money is absolutely exceptional. And I'm not saying we don't all have to watch our budgets, but if you have it and you're worried about whether or not this is a good investment, I would say it definitely is. And then the second thing that I would say, but I think this is kudos to you, Kelly. I've taken a lot of classes over the years, in person, online. Sometimes you go to these project classes, you learn how to make a project, and the goal is to make some kind of version of this project, and then you go home and you've got another project. What's great about your classes is, yes, they're projects, but there's so many skills to learn. There are always skills and techniques to learn. And so my advice to anybody starting on this journey would be, go to as many classes as you can, learn as much as you can, and then take those skills and techniques and reintegrate them into who you are as an artist, because that's what you want from us, Kelly. You want us to be the artists that we were meant to be, not to be a mini Kelly. And so take as much as you can, learn as much as you can, and then take those bits that fit for you and go back and integrate them into your practice and who you want to be as an artist.
Thank you, Tony. And no, I did not tell Tony to talk about the pricing, but honestly, guys, I priced the membership so that it would be a no-brainer. So that, like, if you want to take one class with me next year, just go ahead and sign up for the membership. It really is a no-brainer, and you get everything else. And I'll tell you why, because I really want to be transparent with people. 2 reasons that the membership was launched. Number one, it gives me a pretty good idea of how much money is coming in every single month, instead of up and down and up and down. Okay. So it might be a lower amount than if I were selling classes individually, but it's not this up and down thing. And I would much rather have that recurring steady amount. That's number one. Number 2 is, if I offer a bunch of classes and you've got to pick and choose your favorites without knowing much about them except the title and what the topic might be, then there are going to be some classes that have very, very low attendance. And I'm going to do them because the people that signed up for them were excited enough to sign up. But I did a 6-week masterclass earlier this year with 3 people signed up for it, and only 2 of them able to attend live. Okay. And that, if we've got the membership and you guys can come to any of the classes, it's my hope that you'll just try out things that you wouldn't even normally pay for. You'll try it out. You'll see if you like it. And I'm convinced that each and every one of them, I can reel you in. So I hope to make it a win-win, where that I know what's coming in and I'm not constantly creating new things because, oh my gosh, I don't have anything new to sell. And also so that you guys can not have to choose. The number of people, especially like this year after color and composition, the number of people that were like, I should have taken that. I signed up for this other thing instead. I didn't know. And now, with the membership, you get it all. So, final thoughts from Leela, and then we will wrap it up for good today.
Well, I think you've covered a lot, but I guess in adding my own 2 cents, it was an easy decision for me to become a member because a couple of things. I love Kelly. I love the way she teaches. I love the fact that she is very responsive to, our needs. And anytime we have a question, we get an answer right away. I don't know how you do it, Kelly, but I'm very appreciative. And it's given me, I think a membership gives me the opportunity, because the membership model is new. I think that it gives everybody the opportunity to try new things that they wouldn't ordinarily try. And I think that that's part of growing as an artist, even if it isn't your cup of tea. The fact that you are learning a new skill or a new technique that maybe you won't go back to, but you never know. And then taking that information and applying it to your own work and applying it to your own personal development is a way that as an artist you can grow and get better. So I just find that Collage-Lab is kind of the perfect combination of community and technique and new skills, skill building that can really help create an environment where you can really feel nurtured and you can grow on your own. Grow your own way and develop into as what Tony said, the artist you are meant to be. So I encourage everybody to give it a shot and to take it full advantage of it.
Thank you. I think that's, like I said, I wanted to price this to be a no-brainer because I want people to try all these classes, and it's trying without that big commitment. And so, dip your toe in the water. We have a program locally that's funded by a wonderful lady in town that brings in visiting artists that teach a workshop on something that we're in a small town, so something that nobody locally might be teaching. And so it's like a visiting artist special thing. And people in the art center, if you're a member, you can attend these for free. They just charge you for materials. And so it's this opportunity to work with a bunch of people that you would never get these classes locally.
Yeah.
And I sign up for all of them. They are, I am not somebody that is going to be sculpting this and that, and I'm not going to be doing, one of the classes was this photorealistic graphite portrait drawing. I had so much fun, and I got some new techniques. I got some new materials out of it that I was exposed to. I'm never going to be a photorealistic graphite portrait drawer, but being exposed to that through this program. So that's what I hope, even the classes that you're not sure about, give them a try. Tony, what you got?
I just want to add one more quick thing because I'm from Canada. And if there are any Canadians watching this, you've also got to remember that there is even more value to the membership because we pay 30 cents on the dollar. And so if you're buying Kelly's classes by the a la carte method, you are going to end up spending a lot more money than if you just buy the membership.
There you go. gotta think about all of those things. Well, and that's the thing, you guys, when I am, when I'm doing the scrambling to, I don't have anything coming up and I need to create a new class so I can sell something and make some money, you don't know what's coming up either. So you haven't budgeted the time or the money for it. And it's like, bam, it's there. And you're like, I can't do it. I'd love to, but I can't. Whereas with the membership program, you're going to get it. You're going to get it all. We can all be, we can all plan for that. When you become a member, I've started doing a weekly members mail on Fridays, telling you all the good stuff coming up that's part of your membership. So making it easier to plan.
So
I hope it helps me because my calendar's getting a little crazy right now.
Put
But
everything on my calendar on Fridays, and I'm good to go.
excellent.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm thrilled so far with the response to the membership. As we were logging on to the call today, I got a text message and I was going to go silence my phone and saw that somebody else had signed up for the membership. I don't even know who, so welcome. So very, very exciting. And I'm so honored to be here 3.5 years later. And it I'm going to get choked up. I started this just as something to do at the beginning of lockdown. I always wanted to teach online, thought that would be the easy peasy way to do it. And okay, let's do it. We're locked down. And 3.5 years later, it's not about teaching online. It's about, number one, kind of finding my ideal thing. Oh my gosh, especially, which is crazy after a 30-year career that I loved. I love this even more and didn't see it coming. And second of all, it's the community. I started out creating online classes. I ended up with an amazing community. And so I want that to be sustainable. I want to keep showing up for you guys. I want to keep offering the freebies like the play dates in November and things like that. But reality is, in order to do all the freebie stuff and have the website do all the bells and whistles, I got to have that recurring, steady kind of thing coming in. So that's what the membership's all about. I so want to thank the three of you for hanging out with me today live. It was so very generous of you to spend your time and share your stories with everybody. I really appreciate it. Anybody have any final thoughts? I just want to thank you so much.
We love you, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Yeah, very grateful.
Thank you, everybody. And like I said, if anyone has questions about membership, feel free to reach out to me. I will respond quickly and give you all sorts of answers. Thanks, everybody. I will see you all again real soon. I appreciate y'all.